Got it? It's not. Got it? Oh, good. Okay. Good morning and welcome to Cruising with Cuban Red on Friday the 20th of May 2016, and you are with inclusivefm.co.uk. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. You are more than welcome on this glorious morning. The sun is a bit bogged actually. It's kind of a bit overcast in some places, but actually it's 18 degrees and rising today, yeah? We have a song that may be coming up a little bit later that you'll hear. 36 degrees in the shade, 96 degrees in the shade. Yes, I've given you a little clue. Third World is our featured band for the day. But before we go any further, I bring you words of power, words of wisdom, raw words, big words, small words, sad words. Words of passion, words of praise. I raise my arms in reverence to the ancient word of days. Words of woman, man and child. Wild words. Words of anger. Words of pain. Words of wind, earth, sun and rain. Words of joy and words of healing. Words revealing concealed feelings. These words I offer up to you and you and you and you and you and you and everyone out there in Inclusive FM land. You are cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Welcome. Few shout outs this morning. Going to shout out to Bishop Ngoma Silva, who's watching this morning and who is going to be our guest next week, so do tune in. It's going to tell us all about the House of Amal and another event I'm going to tell you about later. So welcome this morning, Bishop Ngoma. Good to have you watching. Henk over there in Holland, toy. Thank you so much for your continued support all the time. I know you watch the shows in the archives, so I know that Richard always puts them in there for you, and anybody else that's out there listening. If you do happen to miss me on a Friday or whenever I'm on, then always go to the archives in www.inclusivefm.co.uk. And just a warm welcome to everybody out there in the world. I know there are people over there in Mauritius, loads of lovely people in Jamaica listening. Jamaica, land of my birth. I'm giving thanks this morning. And people in England, in London, in Enfield, and out there in my hometown, Edmonton, at this point in time. So welcome everybody. We've got a great show lined up for you. No guests this week. Okay, it's just little old me. And it's the first time I've been back on my own since I was away for the month. So we'll just have a nice time together, shall we? Mustn't forget my lovely daughter out there who might just be back from whatever she's been up to in time to tune in. And also Joseph, my business partner, who has been an amazing support over these past few weeks. And I'm just giving thanks that we're working together to change the world and make things happen. I'm going to tell you more about the burning flame later and some things that are coming up. So keep tuned in. And I've got to ask you, easy cruisers.
Easy cruisers.
Richard, my trusty technician Richard. If nobody out there answered, I know that Richard answers. So remember, you've got to say easy Cuban Red when I say easy cruisers, all right? Not going to do it again, all right? But I might just tease you a little bit later on. Okay, so in the background you can hear our tune. And as I said before, that is Third World, yeah? Third World was formed in 1973 by the keyboard player Michael Ebo Cooper and guitarist Stephen Cat Core. Cat was the son of the Minister of Finance in Prime Minister Michael Manley's government. His mother was a music teacher and he played cello in the Jamaican Youth Orchestra, but neither he nor anyone else let that get in the way. Sure, I was Mr. So-and-so's son from across the gully, but it never make any difference, he says. We used to fly the same kites, eat the same food, and smoke the same herbs. That's what it said. I didn't say that. That's what it says. But of course, when the police raided us, they took all of us to jail. So there was no distinction of person. Just because he had the access to the cello and his mother and father were in the government, it didn't make him that different. It's his talent and his skill, and with his partner Michael Ebo Cooper, that actually put together the group Third World. I think we're going to turn it up And we're gonna hear, I do believe, number 10. Just keeping Richard on his toes. Richard's always on his toes, actually. More likely be me. Yeah? Which track? What track? No. Today, track 10, I know. And track 10 is The Rhythm of Life. Third world. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Third world.
Time of illusion has got you confused. I can see in your eyes that you're better than bruised. Like your grandfather was in sugar cane. Wonder why he survived the pain. When the licking with the whip, grandpa hit him with the rhythm. The licking with the whip, and grandpa hit him the rhythm. The licking with the whip, grandpa hit him with the rhythm. The licking with the whip, grandpa hit him with the rhythm.
Oh yeah. A rhythm of life. Rhythm of life. Richard, my mic up.
Country born, city slicker.
Of life. Yeah. Third world. We're going to hear some more about them a little bit later. But today I have a selection of poetry for you. Just grab some. They're not in no rhyme or reason, which of course they were written in rhyme and reason. But no order, no nothing. Just a few that I'd like to share with you. Those of you that are listening might have heard some before, might have requested some before, and I'm going to share with you like just a little selection right now. We also have our wows coming up and our story coming up. Yeah, so keep tuned in, don't go away, because you are cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Whoop. Third world, love them. Bigging up all the other presenters, also on the station. Keep it moving, presenters. Yeah. Let's crash the station, yeah? Then we might get some more money. Don't know if you should say that really on air, but I think it's a good thing to do, because we need Inclusive FM to keep going, because inclusion is integral to the harmony of society. Oh, I like that. Shall I say it again? Inclusion is integral to the harmony of society. That doesn't mean to say that you don't know your own. You've got to know your own first, and then you can be inclusive. Yeah? Okay. Coolio. We're going to have some poetry. Can I ask Richard just to turn that down just a teeny touch? Yeah, a teeny touch. Thank you, Richard. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to read you 3 poems that comes from my first one-woman show, Who Feels It Knows It. Some of I think I've read one of these before. One I definitely haven't. I'm going to read that one. Oh, scary. And then a few more, yeah, from elsewhere. So this is the prologue from Who Feels It Knows It by moi, Cuban Red. Missing years. Missing years, I cannot remember. I do not remember. Maybe merciful darkness veils, cloaks, obscures, seals. But I know that I existed. For every now, coming from then, smell senses are assailed. Scent seeking scent. Pungent, raw, metallic, green, back of the throat. Taste me, strong, base, fresh scent, clawing through forgotten years, returning to remind me, to root me. Scent, seeking scent. Something I can taste, memory buds leap, but I cannot remember. Missing years, I do not remember. Flight, fight, stillness, freezes, feeling. I know that I existed. For every now, coming from then. Story senses are assailed. Stories seeking stories. Who I was, what I did. Read me, where I went, what I ate, who I was. Never what I said. Stories seeking story. Images, open and closed doors, providing a foundation stage. But I cannot remember. Missing years. I do not remember. But I am beginning to know who I am. Thank you. That's the prologue from the show Who Feels It Knows It, Missing Years. And if you heard noises in the background, that was my phone. Now let me see. I think somebody was trying to call me and leaving me a few messages. Yes, I think Ngoma Bishop is watching. I've now turned it off so you won't hear the noise anymore. And my daughter is around. Yes, thank you. And anybody else on Facebook that might be listening at this time. Yeah. So you had the poem with a bit of musical accompaniment. Not only Third World, but my phone. Actually, the phones have great ringtones these days, don't they? Yes. Okay, so that was Missing Years. I'm going to read you the follow-on poem from that, actually, which is called Alone. And I will dedicate this to Ngoma, Bishop Ngoma, who will be with us next week. And it reads as thus. Alone. Alone. On my own. Looking for them when I was hot and thirsty. Seeking their scent, the timbre of their voice, the familiarity of their arms. I searched for them, but they were nowhere to be found. They left me with family, but I was rejected, neglected enough to be in need of rescue. At 3, Mama called for me. She called across the water skies. She sent for me. She couldn't bear to be in the land of opportunity without me. Mama said, "Me can't have my girl picnic over there, so, and me over here, so." So, with 3 strong plaits, a big green ribbon, bright wide eyes, and silent lips, I, Shirley Elaine, nicknamed Dawn Houslin, arrived in England on the Big Bird plane. alone, on my own. Daddy met me, but not Mummy, who was having a baby. He had a friend with him though, a colleague, a white woman. It was cold. Who feels it knows it. Mama always said, I don't know, but there's something special about you. And that's the end of the first one, yeah. It's going into the mama being special, but we won't read that one. There is another piece that I'd like to read that followed through from the beginning of the play. Kind of got rid of it quite soon as the play began. It's called Inside Out, and I've actually never read this on air. I don't even think I've ever done this anywhere else apart from in the play. Okay, so but I'd like to share it with you today. As I said, no rhyme, no reason, just what came to hand, all right? And I do want to read it anyway. Inside Out. The Virgin was raped by words of vile abuse, deemed unworthy, of no use, accused, degraded, shamed, persuaded of the whore that lurked inside. Naked, stripped of her ingenious protection, she was shoved outside for passing strangers' eyes to feast on. So, to clothe herself, she draped a man around her lips, then two upon the rising fullness of her breasts. She did not rest there, but took upon her hips a skirt of moulded yang, on which did hang tufted scalps of blooded hue, which white men wore in native slaughter. She became a bold and brazen daughter of the times, and somewhere, deep inside, the Virgin cried. Okay, you still out there in Inclusive FM land? That was a hard poem, wasn't it? I think it was a hard poem, but you know what? Hard things happen. Hard lives present themselves. But the thing is to get yourself up and keep on going. And that's why I can be here with you today on Cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Remember, if you're going out, don't be fooled by the overcast. It's pretty hot out there. Yeah, and you will get sunburnt, yeah? So if you're going out, put some sunblock on. You can't block out all the things of life, but when you know you can block out the sun if it's going to burn you, then do it. Why end up with burnt shoulders and worse, yeah? Okay, thank you so much, all of you out there for Cruising with Cuban Red. We're going to hear some more music from Third World, and I think it's going to be number 6. Thank you, Richard. And this is Ja Glory, yeah, by Cooper, Core and Clark. Third World. Third World said, you have reggae, you have soul, and you have third world sound. Whoa, listen.
can be sweet when you ain't got plenty.
Turn me up and sing
It's too much funny.
Third world, Jah's glory. Oh yes, Jah. Rastafari. Definitely my brothers and sisters out there in the world. And those of you that are not my brothers and sisters as well. Because you know what? Nearly had an argument on Facebook. Except for that I took myself skillfully away. Because I don't argue with people like that really. Especially when you can't see them. You know, but my premise is that we are all connected, and actually this person didn't think so, and that's so cool because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. No need to argue about nothing. Is that right? Yeah, coolio. I'm going to give you some adverts at the moment. I think the first one is going to be about this amazing restaurant that I went to. Called Riverside Buffet Restaurant. It names itself the ultimate world food experience. Let me tell you something. The food did taste nice. I was treated, so I didn't pay that evening. So I can't actually tell you how much it was. But it was very, very, very dishes. It was a buffet. So there was like, you could just go and help yourself and you could go back. The restaurant, as I said, is called Riverside. You can look it up on www.riversidelounge.co.uk. And it's just off Turnpike Lane. Turnpike Lane, yeah, Haringey. Yeah, fabulous place. Do, if you get a chance, go and visit. I haven't got shares in it. You never know though, they might give me a free meal. Who knows? The phone number is 020-8341 3666. Give me that again. 020-8341 3666. Fabulous food, and that's what you want. And the ambiance is nice too, and the staff are very, very welcoming. So Riverside Buffet Restaurant, just off Turnpike Lane. You've got the phone number and you've got the website. Look them up, go and enjoy a meal. Okay, coming up next week, Thursday, May the 26th, yes, so it will have happened when I see you next week, is the CLR James Legacy Project 2016, which is what we're in. It's Kaizo, we call it. Kaizo we call it. Okay, I don't know if that accent was quite right, but you know, it's at Dalston CLR James Library, Dalston Square, London, E8 3BQ. And it's as part of the legacy of Trinidadian historian CLR James. Kaiso, the music of Trinidad and Tobago, is being celebrated through a night of live performance and music. Discover the evolution of Kaiso from early calypso to the rhythms of soca, with popular Kaiso hits performed by guitarist and composer Tobago Crusoe. And I've seen Tobago Crusoe. He's really funny, rhythmic, historical. When you've finished listening to him, you've learned some history, yeah, some story, some our story, yeah. It's in partnerships with Beamer Arts Limited and the House of Amal Limited and Hackney Unites, okay. So May the 26th at the CLR James Library in Dalston Square. That's just near Dalston Tube Station, Dalston Rail, I do believe. And you can get tickets through Eventbrite. There's limited space, so book up if you can. And Bishop Ngoma Silva will be coming on next week, and he will talk about this because he is one of the company directors of the House of Amal. So fabulous! I'll show you the poster. Like, looks like Kaizo we call it. Loads of things going on there. Okay, so that's Riverside and that's Kaizo. And I'll just talk a little bit about, we had a marvellous guest on with us last week, Bishop Costas Evangelou, and they had their boxing championships on at Pretoria Road last night down in just by White Hart Lane, and I know they had a fabulous night. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. I had some other things that I needed to attend to, but I did go the time before, and I know that it was a fabulous time. So well done to the Boxing Eagles and the championship that was on last night, and looking forward to breaking out the competition that Bishop Costas is evangelising with his young people, the group, and I've been asked to be a judge, which you will know if you saw on the show last week. So well done. We shall be hearing more about that as the time goes on, and I think we're going to hear a little bit more music. Is that all right? You know what? Why not? Let's have a bit of Tracy. Yeah, Wishing on a World. I love working with Richard, my trusty technician, because sometimes when my brain goes, woohoo, he says, well, what about? And I say, yeah, Richard, that's a great idea. So we're going to be hearing Tracy Chapman. I think she's track number 8, Wishing on a World. And if you hear my coming in or going out track that I play practically every week from it's Dreaming on a, you see, dreaming is better than wishing, or do you need to combine them, or do you need to actionize? Let's hear what Tracy has to say, shall we? Thank you, Richard. I'm dreaming. Are you dreaming? Let's keep dreaming. Woo!
No one may be wishing on a world that may never be. I'll keep on wishing. No matter how hopeless or foolish it may seem, I'll keep on wishing. Toss my coins and pounds and I look for clovers and grassy lawns, search for shooting stars in the night, cross my fingers and dream on. No one may be dreaming of a world far from present reality. I'll keep on dreaming. No matter how unrealistic or naive it may seem, always a dreaming. Toss your coins and fountain. Look for clovers and grassy lawns. Search for shooting stars in the night. Cross your fingers and dream on. We must always be thinking of the world as a place of
Infinite possibility. Always keep dreaming.
no matter how hopeless or foolish it may seem, always be dreaming. Toss our coins in fountain. Look for clovers and grassy lawns. Search for shooting stars in the night. Cross our fingers and dream on. I'll keep on wishing.
Oh yeah. Go Tracy. Go Tracy. Go
Let's
Tracy.
always keep dreaming of a world with the party and ecstasy. There'll be a world without poverty and sickness. Of a world without hunger and homelessness. Dream of a world where all people live in peace. Of a world, dream of a world.
Tracy Chapman dreaming of a world on inclusivefm.co.uk, where you are cruising with Cuban Red. Easy cruises. Okay? I heard that through the airwaves. That's okay. Richard was busy. He didn't answer me. That's all right. I had an easy cruise as Richard, but you were busy. It's fine. It's cool. Okay? We're going to have our wow for the week. I promised you words of wisdom. That's the wow. Yeah? And our wow this week comes from lovely, lovely Maya Angelou. As more alive today than when she was manifesting, physical manifestation in the world. And she left with us so much to guide us, guide our footsteps, guide our hearts, guide our thoughts along the way. And I'm so grateful to have grown up knowing Maya Angelou and reading her books and enjoying her poetry. I've been sharing with you from Rainbow in the Clouds, yeah, Maya, Rainbow in the Cloud, the wit and wisdom of Maya Angelou. And on this book it says, by Barack Obama, a phenomenal woman. We know that was one of her amazing poems, wasn't it? I'll have to do just a show of Maya Angelou one of these times, reading her poems. Not that I could ever attain to her everything, but you know, she left it for us to share, so we shall. I'm going to read to you from her book. She has different sections, and the sections include sections on childhood and parenthood, black identity, America, community and culture, love and relationships, art and literature, spirituality, grace, courage, emotions, self-esteem, living and womanhood. And today I'd like to share with you a little bit from her section on courage. Is that all right? Is that a wow? All right with you? Must be her Americanism coming through to me, isn't it? You're funny, Shirley. Okay. Maya says, develop enough courage that you can stand up for yourself and then stand up for somebody else. I love that. Truly love that. It's hard enough to have the courage to stand up for yourself, isn't it? You know, sometimes when people are saying things or things are happening around you, maybe you don't agree or you want to remove yourself or whatever. It's hard to have that voice sometimes to say what you need. But until we can begin to do that, then there really is no way that we can authentically stand up for anybody else. Would you agree with that, cruisers? Yeah? Maybe not so easy. Yeah, but definitely a truism. She also says, have enough courage to love. Oh, that hurts. I'll read that again. Have enough courage to love. You know, people say that love hurts, but love doesn't hurt. It's all the awful things in love, in that goes along with a relationship that is supposedly of love that hurts. You know, the rejection, the cheating, the anger, the misunderstandings. That's what hurts. It's not the love that hurts. Love is lovely. Maya says, have enough courage to love. One more. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived. But if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Thank you, Maya. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Thank you for your wit. Like funny people. Maya was very funny. Gorgeous woman. Thank you. Oh, that's kind of touched me, that has. I think we need to hear some music. I think we need to hear number 7 from Third World, please. Yeah. Are you all right out there in Inclusive FM land? Maybe it's time to grab a cup of coffee, tea, lemon tea, and listen. Third world. Greetings to Ras Darwin out there in Jamaica, making a difference ecologically, spiritually, villagely. Woohoo! Rice and coconut water, yes! Third World. The name of the group was just the first stage in their concept. According to Igbo, the First World consists of the rich countries of the Western Bloc. The Second World is the Communist Bloc. And the Third World is made up of the underdeveloped countries. It includes Black Americans in the Third World because their experience has been similar to the black people of the West Indies and South America. That's why they call themselves Third World, wanting to address the imbalance and the indifference that exists in the world. Great musicians. Now that we've found love, we've got to hear that before we go. Oh, we haven't got lots of time left. I want to hear that, but we'll try. We'll try, okay? Thank you so much, Richard, my trusty technician, being there and putting on what we need to hear on the show. Cruising with Keeping Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. I'd like to, for our story today, just very quickly remind you, because we have gone through this before, just the 7 principles of the Kwanzaa, yeah? Umoja, unity, to strive and maintain unity in the family, community, nation and race. Kuchijugla, I'm going to spell. Richard's laughing at me. Kujichagulia. Kuchijagulia. Self-determination. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Ujima. Collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain our community together. To make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. Ujamaa, cooperative economics, to build and maintain our own stores, shops and other business and to profit from them together. Naya, purpose, to make our collective vocation in the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Kuumba, creativity, to do always as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it. And last but not least of the 7 principles of the Nguzo Saba, which is the by Malona Karenga, it is the 7 principles for Kwanzaa. Yeah, the last principle, Imani, is faith. To believe with all our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Now, when all those things are working together in harmony, it's no good just having the one working, though you do have to start from somewhere. But when they're all working in harmony, not only do we have a strong people, strong families, strong society, strong community, strong nation, we have a strong world. So these principles are for Kwanzaa, and they're coming from the African people, but actually they apply to the world. Why wouldn't somebody want to define themselves? Why wouldn't somebody want to have a collective vocation to build your community? I'm asking the question. If you have an answer, let me know. Send it in on cuban.red@inclusivefm.co.uk. And anything you want to say actually about any section, the wows, the our story, the music, the poetry, send it in and let me see what you have to say. Or inbox me on Facebook, which is quite cool, which some of you do, yeah? Okay, we are coming very much to the end of the show, and that seems to have gone so quickly. I'm going to read another poem or two, maybe. See? Because this is, when Simca, the station manager, asked me to come along and do a show, it was based on the premise of poetry. Poetry does so much in so many ways. Giving thanks to be able to write and read and express myself, not just to myself, but on air in Inclusive FM land. Thank you very much, listeners, for tuning in. I appreciate love that. Okay, this is called Poetic Therapy. I've got a funny feeling that I might have read it before and I don't want to read it. I'm not reading that. I'm going to read something else. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read you the poem. I'm going to read you the poem that somebody wrote for me. Yeah. So really you shouldn't big yourself up. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, sometimes when somebody has gifted you with something, it's really nice to share it, okay? So I'm going to share this poem that was written by a good friend of mine. I haven't seen him for a while, maybe been in contact on Facebook. Wonderful person, historian, a keeper of the history of our people, musician, he plays the cello, dramatist, vocalist. So Danny Thompson, yeah, brother Danny Thompson, thank you for this poem. and I'm going to share it with the world. And it's called Hail Sister Shirley. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hail Sister Shirley, mad, bad and dangerous to know. Sometimes that's the price if you really want to grow, for history has repeatedly shown the real peacemakers are first assaulted with stones. So far ahead are they from the pack that some just get scared and try to hold her back. They can't understand she has a higher plan, a vision not of herself but of the land, of a place where youngsters can walk holding an elder's hand. Hail Sister Shirley! When others could only see darkness or confusion, she alone saw light and steadfast refused it permission to die. Her ancestral passion kept the flame flickering through the harshest of winds. Win, 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 as some would say. But only the true believers win the day. Battles external, victories internal. Collective spirit lives eternal. From this mother of visions, new visionaries are born. Our giants of tomorrow who will remember this time, this divine connection with the creative sublime. Even those who never made it to the finishing line. Young warriors are born, old warriors are reborn. Isis resurrection complete. Hail Sister Shirley, a righteous sword for the strong, determined defender of the weak. Hear the ancestors roar when she speaks. Feel her love for her people in every heartbeat. Beat, beat. Thank you, Danny Thompson. That's an amazing poem. Yeah, thank you so much for writing that. Yes, I know I'm a bit mad, bad and dangerous to know. I know that. But thank you for the wonderful things you said in there. And my desire is to continue to serve in whatever way I can. Because you know what? It takes all of us to make this world go around. And we live and we learn from our enemies, our frenemies, our loved ones, and everyone we come into contact with, really. And you have been in contact with inclusivefm.co.uk because you have been watching Cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Richard, my trusted technician, can I have a wave, Richard? A wave of that hand. See, he's still here. He didn't leave me on my own. But I am going to leave you now, only for a week and only on air. Because you know what? Truly, we are all connected. Doesn't matter what anyone says or does or thinks about it. That's an actual spiritual fact. It's a truth. It's a law. It's a law. You know, I don't mean one of the ones they write up in the Houses of Parliament. It's a spiritual law, yeah? So, oh my cruisers, it has been amazing to be here with you. I can feel the temperature rising out there. So, you know, make sure you do what you need to do if you're going out and about. Big up to my daughter, Rowena. You are a blessing to me, my daughter, and I thank you. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for being you. And all my children, whether they were birthed by me or they've just become my, you know, children by another wildren. That doesn't make sense, does it? I'm going to leave you now before I start to ramble because it's a beautiful day and I want to get out in the sunshine. So we're going to leave you with number 1 of Third World, yes? We're not going to put on Tanya Stevens today. I'm sorry, I might have just changed the rhythm for Richard there. He was getting prepared. But I'd like to hear that now that we have found love. What are we going to do about it? See you next week, where we will be guesting with Bishop and Gomez Silver, talking about the House of Amal. And thank you very much. Joan.
Make that it shook, make that it shook, make that it shook, make that it shook, 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 shook.